Okay. It never said it wasn't.
Who and what you are. How do I know who and what you are? And you instantly jump out and start walking back.
Well, I wanted to ask you a question because I figured
I pulled
you
you over
knew.
because... What's your question?
I wanted to ask you where the feed and seed store was because I figured you knew where it was. I pulled in and went to the co-op there, and that wasn't the co-op. She said it was Netherland Feed and Supply, maybe?
It might be over here, but I'm not exactly for sure. I pulled you over for a very valid reason. I need your driver's license, registration, proof of insurance. You have no month or year, no registration on your rear license plate. Is there any reason for that?
Yes, sir.
Why is that?
I would like to remain silent on that unless...
Oh, no, you have to tell me.
I don't have to tell you anything.
I have the right. You're pulled over legally. License, registration, and insurance. I can call in and find out real fast if it's registered or not. And if it's not, you're getting a ticket. So
okay. Well, I mean, I guess you should start writing the ticket then.
Okay.
Because it is not registered.
Great.
I mean,
no reason for that?
Well, there's a reason.
Is this a stolen vehicle? Is there something you need to tell me?
No.
Okay. Is this going to end well, or?
Well, that kind of depends on you, I guess. Because it already sounds like that you are afraid of me in some way.
I'm not afraid of you in any way, shape, or form, sir.
Well, it sure sounded like that.
I'm just telling you, it's protocol. You don't jump out of a vehicle and start marching back to me when I haven't even gotten out of the vehicle yet.
Well, I didn't know that you were, I was...
This is great. I'll find it dandy. License, registration, and insurance right now.
I don't have that, sir.
You don't have a driver's license?
I don't have that for you, no.
Okay, by the state of Colorado, you were mandated when an officer has pulled you over to provide a name. If you don't have a driver's license...
I can give you a name.
Okay, great. Let's start with that.
My name
You don't have a driver's license?
No, sir.
Okay, so you're driving without a license. So we're going to jail.
Emma?
If you're driving without a license.
Okay.
Right? Dude, work with me here. If you're driving without a license, you need to tell me what's going on. If you have a license, you need to provide it.
So, so you're telling me that you were afraid of me?
I'm not afraid of you.
But you
Sir, why don't you start with their name and date of birth?
So I can give you my name.
Okay.
My name is Brian Barnes.
Brian Barnes. How do you, is that with a Y or an I?
That is B-R-I-A-N.
A-N? Barnes, B-A-R-N-E-S?
Yeah, B-R-I-A-N, B-A-R-N-E-S.
Okay. Date of birth, please.
I'm going to remain silent on that.
Sir,
so
you
that'll
have to
give
provide
you,
it.
I have the right to remain silent. Do I not?
When you have been contacted by a law enforcement officer, when you've been contacted by a law enforcement officer for legitimate reasons, which you don't have stickers, the legitimate reason, that's for my contacting you. You have to provide a name and date of birth.
Okay, so my right to remain silent is null and void. Here. Okay, so in the country where I don't know if I have it on me, but the Fifth Amendment
doesn't prevail here.
Wait, so the Fifth Amendment is null and void in the town of Delaware.
Here real fast.
It doesn't matter how many officers you get here. So
do you want to go to jail today?
I don't want to do anything.
Okay, so then let's just try to cooperate, right?
I'm cooperating with you.
Why don't you step out of the vehicle?
I do not need to step out of the vehicle, sir.
I can show you why I pulled you over. It's a legitimate contact.
I understand why you pulled me over.
Okay.
I mean, I comprehend your decision.
So then can you understand, because I don't know who I'm dealing with. And
I gave you my name. So if you would like to go run that name.
It won't come back. I need a date of birth associated with a name.
Okay.
So date of birth, please.
I was told, and I'm telling you this because it is all hearsay in a court of law. I was told that I was born on January 29th of 1976.
Okay. Thank you very much. And are you telling me that you don't have registration?
I'm not telling you anything. I'm telling you I'm not going to provide you with any information other than the information that I just gave you, so that you know who I am and that you know that I'm not a criminal and that I'm not wanted by anybody in the law enforcement community.
And see, I'm in a position where I have to make sure of that, so I'll go run you. That'll be good.
Now,
If you come back as...
so before you go back there and run my name, if you run my name and I come back as not a criminal, are you still going to treat me as a criminal?
I'm not treating you as a criminal.
Well, you're going to take
From
me to
an
jail.
officer safety standpoint.
If you were going to book me
because legally, you need to provide me with identification.
And I just did. I provided you with that. So you would consider me cooperating at this point.
You're already no.
You don't feel like I'm cooperating with you, even though
You're
I just
you're
gave you
showing
my
quite a
name
bit
and
of
number.
contempt. So I'll give you the benefit of the doubt.
Well, because you just told me, and I'm going to tell you why I contempt your what you think is your authority right now, because you just told me that the Constitution does not apply in this situation, and I beg to differ. And you took an oath swearing to uphold the U.S. Constitution
You can explain
and the
that to a
Constitution.
judge,
Oh, I know I
but
can.
in a legitimate contact, as
Well,
this
you
is.
call it legitimate, but this is
Sir,
you
you're
doing
driving
your job.
without plates. You got plates out there without any registration on
Well,
it.
but those plates are my plates.
And by the state of Colorado, you are mandated to have the appropriate information on those plates.
And so when we talk about the mandate of Colorado, can I speak with Mr.
Are you a
Colorado?
sovereign citizen?
I am not a sovereign. So let's.
I'm going to stop it right here.
Okay.
Please remain in your vehicle.
Okay. See how that went down?
That was good. That was good.
Are you recording too?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, good.
I don't know how long
So
it'll last.
pause it, because it may be out there for a while.
How are you?
Good. Need to see your license and insurance, please.
Can I get your name and badge number for the record, please?
Lieutenant Cochran with Powder Springs Police Department.
First name, Lieutenant?
Lieutenant Cochran.
What's your first name, Lieutenant?
It's irrelevant. I need to see your license and proof of insurance.
If your name is irrelevant, so is mine,
Sir,
officer.
I need to see your license and proof of
Are
insurance.
you conducting an
Yes,
investigation?
sir, I am. I have you for speeding, 72 and a 55.
It's
So I need to see your
Is
driver's
speeding a
license.
crime?
Yes, it is. I need to see your license and proof of insurance, sir.
Can you prove that I'm driving?
Sir, I need to see your license and proof of insurance.
Am I driving?
Yes, sir.
No, I'm not. I'm traveling. I am going to continue to film. And it is not a crime for me to travel
I need
without a
your
license.
license and proof of insurance, sir.
What you may have,
And I'm giving you a lawful order.
what you may have,
Don't say it, or I'm going to.
what you may have, what you may have is the opportunity to read. Whoa, whoa, whoa. This is assault. This is assault. You broke in my windows. I did not consent. I did not consent. Oh, this is police brutality.
I'm fixing to
Stop.
face
This
you.
is police brutality. I haven't done anything.
In the Wendy's lot.
You suspect me of a crime?
You have no license plate.
Do you suspect me of a crime where my baby?
You have to identify yourself under the Highway Traffic Act.
No, I do not. I just proved in court I do not have to identify myself to a police officer
Why not?
because I'm a freeman on the land. Number one, and number two, you guys suspect me of criminal activity to detain me. So yes, you do. I don't care what your Highway Traffic Act says. That's the law.
You have to identify yourself under the Highway Traffic
You suspect me of a crime, sir.
No.
Am I free to go?
No offense. No, you're not.
So you're going to detain me
If you don't identify yourself, I'm going to arrest you.
for what? I've done anything criminally wrong. But that's not a criminal act. You only have authorization to detain somebody if they've done something criminally wrong. I don't care what your Highway Traffic Act says. I have no contracts under that act. I've canceled them all, so you can't enforce it on me.
Okay, are you going to tell me your name?
No, that's my right.
Okay, I'm just waiting for another unit to get
That's
here.
fine. Bring your chief too, because he knows who I am.
Okay. I will.
I know my right.
You haven't identified yourself.
I'm operating under the Republic of Canada. That's a legal jurisdiction here in Canada. Because Canada's dissolved. Canada's dissolved. I'm also going to hand you this paperwork.
Sure.
Yep. So this officer is accepting the paperwork that we are a criminal organization. So that's on camera. And also, you guys have been involved in kidnapping our child with Children's Aid Society. So here's another legal document. Because you're involved in kidnapping our child, which is also why we don't comply with your laws, because you guys are thieves to us. You've thieved our child from us. So we will not comply or acknowledge you.
Your name's not on here either.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't need to be. These are things I'm issuing to you because...
Who you are.
No, you do not. I just proved that in criminal court, bud. The judge bowed down to me. It took 2 minutes because you're using trust law in the court, and I know it.
Okay.
So because of that, I know I don't have to identify myself to a cop.
Okay.
I'll stand on them.
I don't think you do.
I do. I've been arrested twice and never been charged. You guys are, I consider you guys a threat to me because you've detained me twice. I have not been convicted in court.
An opportunity to read the Highway Traffic Act?
I don't need to. I canceled my contracts under the Highway Traffic Act. You can't enforce that act on me.
Okay.
I operate under common law jurisdiction of the Republic of Canada.
Okay.
Okay.
I've never heard of it.
Well, you did today, and you should learn. You should learn that your oath to the Queen is nullified and abolished, and you guys don't have authority.
Look, now there's 2 other cruisers here.
I don't care. I'm standing for my rights, man. Plain and simple. Bring them all. Bring your whole force. I am not intimidated at all, man.
Okay.
I know my rights. Don't open my door.
I need you to identify yourself.
No, you don't. You have no right to open my door.
He's a sovereign citizen. He won't identify himself. So, are you gonna identify yourself?
I do not have to, Robert. Open my door. You have no right to fucking touch me. You guys have kidnapped our child. Nope, I'm leaving. Don't get in front of me. You're pulling your gun on me? Okay, he's pulling his gun on me. Everybody, I have not done anything criminally wrong. He's pulling his gun on me. No. No.
Turn it off now.
It's off. Parking brakes on. I'm no threat. I'm no threat. They're pointing their guns at me just because I don't have the right plates on my car. That's why.
Ready to grab it.
You guys don't have this authority. You're gonna break my window. I'll open my door. Don't! Ow! Asshole! What the hell?
Get out of the car now.
Okay, they just broke my glass. See that? Beautiful. Good job.
Get out of the
Get
car
out.
now.
I have nothing. Oh, open the door. You're gonna cut me. You're going to cut me.
Here's a copy of your citations.
Okay.
We'll start from the first one. The court date's all going to be the same. It's going to be the 16th at 9 a.m. at the Justice Court. You know where that is?
Judge, down here?
Right by jalapenos.
Okay.
Can't miss it. It's the little one that says blah, blah,
Right.
blah. Okay. You're cited for the improper display of stickers. You got
Okay.
expired stickers, one of 2014, so you're out of
Right.
compliance with that with give or take 7 months. Okay. You're suspended. You don't have valid driving privileges. Okay. You don't have you don't have the registration. Okay. You're also cited for not having insurance and failure to register the vehicle in your name. Okay. You've owned it for a significant amount of time. You're required to put it in your name. Okay.
All right.
If you flip you can flip one or both. They say the same thing. It says, read carefully. I'm going to give you the short version because I don't want to bore you. You can either appear on the court date at the courthouse at the court time to explain your case before the judge.
Right.
Or you can call and make different arrangements, or you can write out something to the judge that states guilty, not guilty, no contest, this is why, Your Honor, and the judge will rule from there.
Okay.
If you don't do anything, the judge will continue to suspend your license. Okay?
Right.
Any questions for you?
Nope, no, that's it.
You're going to get another ticket.
I will definitely look into my stuff a little bit more.
Okay. And the whole traveling doesn't really suffice. You're still driving the vehicle.
It's common law, so therefore, like the Supreme Court has already ruled it.
I know,
like,
it's state law. Part of driving is you have to have a driver's license.
Right.
So
Well,
you can argue that with the judges. You're
not
still going to
driving.
get tickets. So.
That's fine.
Okay.
That's totally fine. Thank you very much for the understanding.
You're lucky to go through it unless if you meet special conditions.
What special conditions?
He wants to know what special conditions allow a person to go through it.
Person traveling with children 75 and older, or if they're pre-checked.
So you're aware that you guys do not have the right to discriminate based upon age? Because that's the same as racist discrimination. That's the same as gender discrimination.
Not all ages are protected by constitutional requirements, but it's actually only over a certain age.
I'm sorry, but I don't recognize the Constitution as protecting anybody.
Very good.
I'm born with my rights, are you not? Do you believe that a document that was signed over 200 years ago gives you rights?
So here's the thing, I gave you 3 opportunities here, and you got a choice. If you would like to go through AIT, of course it's an option to you. If you choose not to do that, you can do that opt out. With that, I would give you the advisements far before we go there so you know what to expect. And if you choose not to do that, you'll have to make other arrangements.
Is get out without having the risk of cancer upon my body and without getting sexually molested?
Well, that's your interpretation.
Would you like somebody to touch your balls? Like, is that something that you... Okay. And how did that feel?
It really didn't bother me that much.
Well, you've probably never been a victim of sexual molestation, have you? Okay.
I wouldn't understand what that was like.
So do you realize that you force several thousands of people every day who have been a victim of that to undergo a traumatic pat-down, as you call it, when really it's just a molestation?
So the choices here are clear.
And the website...
I'm not going to try to convince you that it's safe. I'm not going to convince you that it isn't. You have the information that you can read right there that tells you exactly what risk levels are available to you.
Well, you guys even lie about the risk levels.
I don't lie about anything.
Well, the website lies, and you are here as a representative of TSA, and so I expect that what comes out of your mouth is what TSA is saying to me.
What is TSA saying there? What have you told me that makes it a lie?
TSA is saying that the imaging that they use is non-ionizing, and there's no way that you can determine that because each person is different, and the level at which the radiation may ionize within somebody's body can be different for different people. So you have no way to
when you're standing outside, you consider that the radiation risk level of being outside is too great to be outside?
There are times where the sun does use ionization, but that is...
When you say that it's equivalent to a certain level of exposure, do you
I haven't heard that.
Risk levels
I haven't encountered that. I have concerns with the body scanner technology.
So I'm only saying it because obviously there's a certain degree of risk in everything we do, right? This has been determined safe as by the evaluations that have been, both the safety evaluations and the testing evaluations have determined it's safe. I have no reason to discount that as anything other than safe. You've made a determination that you're allowed to make, which is you're not comfortable with it. Okay?
And your website indicated...
More than fair. It's more than fair. I wouldn't tell you that you're wrong for having that personal view.
But listen for a second, please.
I am listening.
I bought my plane ticket with the understanding from your website that I could either choose to go through a body scanner or I could choose...
I see where it was giving you an option of a metal detector.
It said the two options that you use.
No, it says the two devices,
two primary methods of security screening. So there was nothing in there which indicated only people of a certain age are allowed to go through the metal detector. There was nothing that indicated to me that I would not be able to go through a metal detector. So I bought a plane ticket, which is non-refundable, under the condition that I would be able to pass through a metal detector. And now you're trying to limit my right to travel.
At this point, is there anything I can do to enter compliance with this, or are we just done?
I can file a lawsuit against you.
Welcome to do so, but I can't. I can't spend any more time debating it because I have no authority to debate the procedures. I cannot make an exception for you to screen you differently based on your viewpoint. What I can tell you is these are the two options that are available to you. There are no other options that I'm able to offer you at this point in time.
Well, if you walk away, I'm just going to go through the line and try again. So I'm going to do this, and next time I won't stand out of line. So we need to come to a determination here because you are limiting my right to travel. You are making it so that my ticket, which I paid for, is void because I can't use it if I can't get on the plane. So are you going to recompense me for that cost? Since it's your fault, since your website indicated that I could use a metal detector? I mean, you can either let me fly or you can give me my money back.
Well, those are neither of the options that are available.
Why?
As I just told you.
Why is your website a lie?
It isn't. You just read it to me.
Yes.
And you just said that you never said in there that that's an option available to you.
Okay. It never said it wasn't. It did too. It said the two security methods.
It was an option for you.
It didn't say that the body scanner was an option for me either.
It did say it was a primary.
It said that they were both primary methods.
Well, if you want to read it again, maybe we could do that, or I could pull it up. I'm really not going to debate it with you.
Go ahead and pull it up, and either give me my money back or allow me to pass through and fly.
You know what I think? I think that this is a great opportunity for you to make something out of this situation, and I don't feel that you actually are interested in following through with going through either one of those options, because you said that you're not comfortable with them. So I really can't accommodate anything else myself. So I told you what your options are. You're not choosing those. So I'm done talking with you at this point in time.
Okay, so I can go through the metal detector then?
No.
Oh, well, how can I get to my flight then? Show me a pathway so that I can go to my airplane, which I paid for, or give me my money back.
Well, I'd be happy to walk out and put a good word in with the airlines, but I don't determine that. That's not me. You know, I have no say on. That's a private type thing. That's not anything that I have control over.
Okay, so would you like to walk with me back to the airline and see if we can get the money back?
Absolutely.
And if I can't, then I'm going to come back and attempt to pass through security again.
Well, that would be up to you, but I'd be happy to go out with you and put a good word in for you and see what they're able to do. I mean, it's their determination ultimately.
Well, isn't it your fault?
Yeah, it doesn't. I don't know at this point that it matters who's at fault. What matters is getting you a resolution to your situation.
Okay, so you're willing to put in a good word to the airline, and if their policy says they can't, then will TSA refund me?
I'm going to hope for the best on this.
Okay. You're not going to leave my side, are you?
No, I'll go out with you.
You promised?
Absolutely.
Okay.
I'm good for my work.
Let's go.
So, just going to brief the officer real quick.
Okay.
How's it going?
Good, how are you?
Good. So what's up?
This guy isn't letting me go through the metal detector like the website said I could, and he is telling me that I either have to go through a cancer-causing body scanner or get molested before I can get on the plane.
Well, I
which
don't think
fly
he
for.
said you had to get molested.
Well, he calls it a pat-down, but that's a euphemism for sexual molestation.
Okay, not in my experience, but
Have you ever been sexually molested?
I've gone through the checkpoint.
Have you ever been sexually molested?
No, I have not.
Okay.
Well, all right. So we're going to have to go through whatever scan they choose you to go through, and you're going to have to go through a pat down.
Okay, I'm not getting a pat down, and I'm not going through a cancer causing thing. Well,
right, then we're out of luck.
Well,
so at this point, what I've told him is that the primary means of screening is the RT. That he's more than welcome to go through that. He doesn't want to do that, which I said is his right. Then he has the alternate option, which is opting out. He can opt out.
Right.
And then and I said, well, at this point, there's a third option. His concern around that is he already paid money for his ticket. I said, I'd be happy to go out. I said, this is their choice totally. I'm not saying the airlines would do it. I'm happy to go out with you, put a good word in for you. Maybe they'd be willing to refund your money. Maybe they won't.
What airline is it?
Alaska.
Okay.
But figure we could go out there, and if that's what he's comfortable doing is saying, I just want my money back, and I'll go do. I mean, I'd be happy to help that process along. I don't want him to be feeling like he's forced to do anything. Really.
Oh, I feel like you're limiting my right to travel, which is my right as a native to America.
Okay, and everyone has to go through some sort of security.
Well, not everyone, because, I'm willing to go through the metal detector, and they've told me that people at certain ages are allowed to go through the metal detector, and I believe that's age discrimination. I believe that they're not legally allowed to participate in age discrimination.
Right now.
Don't interrupt next time.
Right now, we have option A, which is to go through the scanner. Option B, which is to go through the pat down, or option C is we'll try to get your refund and you can find another means of travel.
And why does the option that is listed on the website, which is use the metal detector, why is that taken away from me?
I'm not going to really speak to that. I mean, first of all, we looked at the verbiage of it. That's not how I interpret the verbiage. It is how you interpret it. It's not how I interpret it. I don't know that anybody. I'm not saying I wouldn't think that most people would interpret it that way. I respect your perspective, but I'm just saying I don't interpret it that way, and I don't think it's indicating that at all. It didn't sound like that when you read it to me, and from what I know and knowing the procedures, that's not what it indicates in any way.
Are you aware that it is unlawful to discriminate based upon age, race, or gender? Are you aware of that?
Well, I'm also aware that Article 16 special needs searches give certain parameters that say that this is a little bit different than your normal search and seizure out in the public, right? This is different. So there's been Congress has given legal parameters that are different under this environment than they are outside this environment.
So then why can you not use your authority and wise judgment to allow me to pass through a metal detector, which is, I know to be safe. You can screen me adequately.
What was your first name?
My name is Robbie.
Robbie. All right. We're not getting very far. No matter how long you stand here.
Well, I want answers to the question.
Okay, well, they're not going to get answered here, and no matter how long you stand here, the options are still going to be A, B, C. If there's not going to be a D, there's not going to be an A1.
And why are you speaking for TSA in this matter?
No, I'm speaking for the airport.
How do you represent the airport? Okay, it says Port of Portland Police. I assume that's
Correct.
City of Portland?
Port of Portland.
Okay, what's that?
You're standing in it.
Okay, so you have
the authority to remove you if you do not are not willing to go through screening.
You don't have the authority to remove me.
No, I do.
No, you don't. That would be assault.
No, it wouldn't be assault.
Yes,
it would be.
I'm in a public place.
Okay. Right now, just pay attention. If you want to record it, record it. Since you're not willing to go through screening,
I am.
They've given you the options. You're not willing to take the options they've given you.
I am.
Are you going to do A or B?
I'm willing to go through the metal detector, which is listed on the website.
Done. You're not willing? No, we're done. I'm telling you, I'm giving you a lawful order as a police officer that you have to leave.
Well, I don't recognize that authority.
Let's try number 2. Right now, you are not allowed to be here.
Why?
You're not going through the screening process. I'm giving you a lawful order to leave, or you will be arrested for trespassing.
Why am I not allowed to
Robbie,
be here?
are you listening to me?
I am. I'm asking
because
you questions.
You're not going through the process. You'll have to walk out here.
Are you attempting to not listen and answer my questions?
Would you like to walk out here now?
I would like to go on my flight, which I paid for.
61.
Okay. Refusal for what? What's the crime that I committed, sir?
You want to get your license, registration, and insurance.
What's the reason for the stop,
I'll
sir?
explain that. I am not going to discuss it not knowing who you are. I need to see who you are.
Am I being detained or am I free to go?
437.
I'd just like to make a note that I'm not engaging in verbal contract with you.
Excuse me?
I'm not engaging in verbal contract with you.
I don't care. Just give me your license, registration, and insurance.
Okay, what's the reason why I'm being detained right now?
I will arrest you right now just for the simple fact that you're going 85 miles an hour over. Okay, I've been caught for the last, since I've been behind on Vista at 60. Your speed has been ridiculous. No signals. I have so much driving on you. Documented that if you push me to that, I'll go ahead and arrest you for this. Right now, I'm just looking to cite and release you. But if you would like to push me,
I'm just simply asking what's the crime that I committed. That's all.
And let you go. If you don't, I can go ahead and tow your vehicle and arrest you right now, and you can deal with this through the judge at Maricopa County Jail.
Just so you know, I'm not engaging in any type of contract with you.
Did you hear me?
That's what I've got. I'm not going to look for anything
You don't have
else.
insurance?
I don't have any paperwork with me right now.
Whether you're going to get cited for it. Are you on Casitas Drive?
That's what it says on there.
437.
Are you going to try to put? Am I being detained or am I free to go?
You are not free to go.
So am I being detained?
On a traffic stop. Yes, you are not free to leave.
Okay, what's the crime I've committed?
Criminal speed. No signals. Unsafe lane usage.
Okay, where's this person that I committed the crime against?
You don't have to commit the crime against somebody. It's a violation you did yourself.
So you're saying
You're not a victim, if that's what you're asking.
Right. Where's the victim?
Number 437.
Who's the victim in this case?
Right, sit tight. Don't leave, kid. Give it a second. You are detained. Do not leave.
The vehicle is unmarked. Police car. Officer's badge. 4371. He's got second officer now.
Is it stolen? It's not coming back to the plate that's on it. Help yourself out because I'm ready to hook you up right now. Help yourself out. You're already doing criminal speed at 95. No reason you should be going
That's right, because I have you recording telling me that I was doing 83.
Okay, good. I got it all there. I'll let you know.
Officer 7070, J.D. Davis, and R.D. Ramirez, Officer 4371.
You have it all in your ticket.
BARNES.
Okay. Date of birth, please.
I'm going to remain silent on that.
Sir,
so that'll give you. I have the right to remain silent. Do I not?
You have been contacted.
Do I have the right to remain silent?
When you've been contacted by a law enforcement officer for legitimate reasons, which you don't have stickers, the legitimate reason, that's for my contacting you. You have to provide a name and date of birth.
Okay, so my right to remain silent is null and void. Okay, so in the country where I don't know if I have it on me, but the Fifth Amendment allows me. So the Fifth Amendment is null and void in the town of Netherland. It doesn't matter how many officers you get here. So
you want to go to jail today?
I don't want to do anything.
So then let's just try to cooperate, right?
I'm cooperating with you.
Step out of the vehicle.
I do not need to step out of the vehicle, sir.
I can show you why I pulled you over. It's a legitimate contact.
I understand why you pulled me over.
Okay.
I mean, I comprehend your decision to pull me over.
Because I don't know who I'm dealing with.
I gave you my name. So if you would like to go run that name.
It won't come back. I need a date of birth associated with the name.
Okay.
So date of birth, please.
I was told, and I'm telling you this because it is all hearsay in a court of law. I was told that I was born on January 29th of 1976.
Okay, thank you very much. And are you telling me that you don't have registration?
I'm not telling you anything. I'm telling you I'm not going to provide you with any information other than the information that I just gave you, so that you know who I am and that you know that I'm not a criminal and that I'm not wanted by anybody in the law enforcement community.
I'm in a position where I have to make sure of that, so I'll go run you. That'll be
now. So before you go back there and run my name, if you run my name and I come back as not a criminal, are you still going to treat me as a criminal?
I'm not treating you as a criminal.
Well, you're going to take me to jail, and if you were going to book me, and
because legally you need to provide me with identification,
and I just did. I provided you with that. So you would consider me cooperating at this point?
You're already no.
You don't feel like I'm cooperating with you, even though I just gave you my name and number.
So I'll give you the benefit of the doubt.
Well, because you just told me, and I want to tell you why I contempt your what you think is your authority right now, which is you just told me that the Constitution does not apply in this situation. And I beg to differ. And you took an oath swearing to uphold the U.S. Constitution and the Constitution. Oh, I know I can.
In a legitimate contact, as
Wait,
this is.
you call it legitimate, but this is
Sure,
you
you're
doing
driving
your job.
without plates. You got plates out there without any registration.
Well, but those plates are my plates.
And by the state of Colorado, you are mandated to have the appropriate information on those plates.
And so when we talk about the mandate of Colorado, can I speak with Mr.
Are you a
Colorado?
sovereign citizen?
I'm not a sovereign. So let's. What
so
does
I'm gonna
it?
stop it right here.
Okay.
Please remain in your vehicle.
Okay. See how that went down? Are you recording too? Okay, good. I don't know how long. If I have somebody come pick me up, what happens to my property? If it's sitting right here.
If it's sitting right here, where do you actually stay at? Are you even close to here?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, unless you want to get it registered or insured, you'll probably get towed.
If it is on private property?
Private property is a different matter. But how are you going to get it to private property? You know what I mean?
Well, so this is one of those things where you have the ability to allow me to get it to a piece of private property, whether it be somebody's driveway or a business. Well, I think I have a place that I could put it, or even if it's just a parking lot, just so that I can put it there until I can do what I need to do. But so what you're telling me is that even though that I have not done anything wrong.
Other than driving with.
Wait, but you say that's wrong. So what is wrong about that? Can you explain to me how?
Requires.
But how am I damaging anybody? How am I damaging the state? Okay,
the state law says that you have to have.
Well, state law can tell me. State law says a lot of things.
Driver's license.
And so state law says a lot of things.
Okay.
And so am I bound by your rules, whether I agree with them or not, and whether I've signed it? Because I don't have a contract with you or your entity. I don't have a contract with the state. I don't have a contract with the county. I don't have a contract with the city. And so for you to enforce something that you don't have a contract with me on means that you're actually invading on my rights, and that means you're breaking the law. You're breaking the law, and under a civil code, you're breaking the law because you're invading on my rights.
Okay.
And if you invade on my rights and take away my property and keep me from traveling, then you're invading on my right to travel.
I hear what you're saying.
I know you do. But you're not going to agree with me, and you're going to.
And maybe not.
What you're telling me through your body language and through what you're saying is that I have to be inconvenienced, that I cannot use my property the way I see fit, because I don't have some identifying marker that you require me to have. That I don't. Well, you're requiring me because you're the man enforcing it. And anybody who says I'm just doing my job is part of the beast. And so this is where I feel like that right now I'm having my rights invaded, and I'm trying to respectfully comply with the local authorities so that they don't think that I'm out here to do some harm to somebody. But what I'm getting from you is that even though I'm not harming anybody, I'm not harming the state, and I'm not harming the city, and I'm not harming any person, I'm not driving erratically, I'm not doing anything, but you're more than willing to take me away from here and impound my car, which would cost me money. It would make me pay a fee to have my car out of impound, and then it would also make me be in front of a judge and do anything.
I didn't necessarily go in there, did I?
Well, that's the way I feel, and so you're telling me that I can have somebody pick me up. So what you're telling
get to a decent resolution here.
Well, the decent resolution for me would be for you to let me go on my way freely because I haven't done anything wrong.
Okay.
And I haven't committed any crimes, and the only reason you pulled me over, and you've admitted that was because I don't have an identifying marker on the car. And so that automatically created a suspicion of guilt. And that is your reason of guilty before innocent to pull me over. And this is an invasion of my rights, and our laws are set on innocent until proven guilty. And I've done nothing wrong, and I'm not guilty of anything.
That's where we're going to disagree, because you don't If the state requires a registration and a plate, that's something wrong.
What if the state requires me to get a chip in my hand?
Well, I'm not doing that. But
you're not? Well, are you under Obamacare?
No.
So if you're under Obamacare, it's required. It's in the paperwork that you're required to get that. So now when you get Obamacare, and that's a state requirement, are you going to break the law and not get it? No. So where's your line? Where's the line that you draw?
I get you.
And so this is where I've got to be answerable to my God. And you may not have a God, you may have a God, but you're answerable to somebody. I mean, you're answerable to him, it sounds like, because he's your boss at this moment. But so, if I have to do things the hard way, then that'll be my persecution. I mean, it's just what happens, and I have to accept that. But I'm asking you, and I'm pleading with you as a man to man, that I just go on about my business. I'm supposed to be meeting a wedding party for breakfast right now. And I've texted them and let them know what's going on.
That's fine. So let me see where we're at. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
Thank you. I will not sign anything. I mean, I'll put a mark on there, but it will not. Yeah, I'll just take a copy, because if I sign something, then that acquiesces the jurisdiction as well. So
this contains the 2 dates that the judge talked about, the motions hearing date and the jury trial date. And this is another order that he gives everyone whose case has been set. So it's some additional information about some deadlines for filing.
So this is an order from the court to return to finalize this matter?
Well, the court already ordered on the record that your case is set for a motions hearing and a jury trial, which...
But I'm being ordered to appear, right?
It's a declared date.
And if I do not appear, will I be threatened with violence and imprisonment and kidnapping, extortion?
If you don't appear, there'll be a warrant for your arrest.
So you are admitting that there will be force used against me if I do not comply with the requests or orders of the court that do not have jurisdiction?
There'll be a warrant for your arrest, just like with everybody else who doesn't appear. It's not you, it's everybody.
Well, no, I'm just stating for the record that you'll send men with guns to take me into custody, kidnap me, and hold me for ransom.
I'm done.
Okay. All right.
All right, bud.
Yep.
Just for the record, I want to notice that 4 armed officers are in the courtroom.
For the record, your business is done here today?
Yes, sir, it is. Thank you for your service.
You bet. Have a good one.
Where would you prefer me to be? This right here?
Attorney is with trial?
No, sir.
Do not. Which would
No, sir. I addressed that in my paperwork. I've answered in the form of a demurrer, and I'm asking that for evidence that the prosecutor and the DA, I guess the same person, that they are making a claim that the statutes and codes apply to me just because I'm physically in Colorado.
Accept the matter for motions hearing and trial. You'll have a file and written. Today's not the day for that.
Right. I'm not real clear on like what's going on, and that's what I'm trying to do right now. I don't.
Today's not the day for your motions to be heard.
This is not a motion. I'm asking for the evidence that the jurisdiction applies to me. And if there is no evidence that jurisdiction applies, then that doesn't give you any authority to even ask for a plea. If I enter a plea, then that acquiesces the jurisdiction that you are claiming. And I've answered in the form of it. Please, sir, I'm trying to make my case here, and you're interrupting me.
This isn't a trial.
I'm not asking for a trial. It's not a motions hearing. I'm not asking for that. I'm asking for the evidence that you have any evidence that the codes and statutes apply to me in front of you. Did the prosecution put any of that into the paperwork and prove that they have stance?
Conversation. It's not what you said. Motions hearing August 15th.
Are you asking me to plead today?
Please don't.
Well, you interrupted me. You've interrupted me 3 times so far. I've not entered a plea. You cannot enter a plea for me. You are not my counsel. And so what I'm out asking you right now is, can I enter a plea? Do you accept pleas uninformed pleas? If I'm not informed, then how can I plead? Do you accept uninformed pleas?
We're not engaging in this conversation.
So you are neglecting to address me?
Do not interrupt me again.
I'm sorry, sir. I do not mean to interrupt you or disrespect you, but I feel that I am being disrespected at the moment.
I'm going to give you a motions hearing date. Your concerns can be raised.
I object, Your Honor. I do not agree to the motions hearing. I do not contract with you or this state. Who is bringing the charges against me? Can I ask that?
Motions hearing.
I object, Your Honor. I do not accept your contract for a motions hearing. I'm asking for evidence to prove that your jurisdiction applies, and you are neglecting to show that you have jurisdiction. Now, if I would...
Trial will be set September 5th and 6th, 2030, on the 3-day trial and docket. All motions, including question of witnesses.
This is not a motion, sir.
And Rule 16 disclosure.
This is not a disclosure. Is the Colorado Constitution in place in this court? Is the Colorado Constitution in place in this court? I'm guessing it is not, because you are not following it. Let the record show that the judge has left the courtroom and has abandoned his seat without answering the questions for evidence of his jurisdiction. I also want to state on the record that I have requested his oath of office and the oath of office of the county clerk, and those are not on file.
And the record is off, so...
My record's on right here, so...
Brian, so I know you now. Brian Allen Barnes. So you step out of the car for reserve?
No, sir.
Why not?
Why would I step out of the vehicle?
I can take you to jail for obstructing your arrest.
Why am I being arrested again?
You're not helping me do my job in any way.
Why would I help you steal money from me? I understand why you pulled me over. I can comprehend.
I just need you to step out of the car, so you're under arrest.
So, I do not want to step out of the vehicle. I do not consent to this. And,
I mean, this could have been avoided if you would have handed me that passport right quick.
well,
You didn't have any ID.
well, I don't have an ID.
You have a passport?
This passport is expired. Will you accept that?
Mark Grimaldi.
Hello, Mark. How are you doing today?
Good, how are you? I'm the DA who works at the prosecutor's office upstairs. You're here for some traffic tickets. So just one traffic ticket, some traffic counts. Driving without a license, driving without plates, and driving without insurance. Do you have any of those documents today?
No, sir.
Okay. So there's a couple options today then. Basically 2 options. I can make you a deal if you want to hear it, if you want to talk about it. And you can accept that deal or plead guilty to some charges. Flip side is you can plead not guilty. You always have the right to plead not guilty and maintain a not guilty plea. If you want to do that, you can set over for another court date. Do you know what you want to do today?
Actually, I've answered all of those questions in my paperwork there.
So I didn't get any paperwork, just the court did. This is the court's file. If you could just explain to me what you want to do.
Well, I have, basically I've answered in a form of a demurrer so I don't acquiesce to jurisdiction that you guys are claiming. So what I'm requiring is that you, the DA, provide evidence of your presumption of that jurisdiction before I can enter a plea. No, sir, that's the jurisdiction can be challenged at any time during the process, and I'm challenging. I formally challenged it right here, which you say you cannot see. So
I haven't served anything.
Well, you should have been, because it says right here, notice and demand to cease and desist, which would be you. So you are violating a cease and desist order right now. And it says notice to agents is notice to principals is notice to agents, applicants to all successors and assigns are without excuse. So if you do not have this paperwork, then there is no excuse, because it has been filed with the Boulder County clerk's office, or the recorder's office. And I also have a counterclaim in the file against the police officers.
Counterclaim would be a civil issue, so we're not going to touch that today. I'm not recognizing it as a valid cease and desist order, to be completely honest. That's
well, I don't care if you judge. It's not up to you whether you find it valid or not. That's up to the law.
So I'm going to just note to the court that we're just going to set this for motions, hearing, and trial, where you can argue legal issues.
No, sir. I'm here today to settle the matter. I need to speak with the judge. I'm not acquiescing to a jurisdiction. I'm not contracting with you to come back and have any kind of hearings, because what I'm here today to do is to settle this matter.
Okay, you're going to take a seat back in the courtroom.
If you can provide your evidence of jurisdiction,
you can go and take a seat back in the courtroom.
Then I will be more than willing to plead guilty to any charges. But until that happens, thank you, sir.
With respect to your position,
Okay.
my concern is that you're not willing to at least hear us out and understand that we have our limitations as well. We have the discretion to say, hey, look, you don't have front license plates, a violation of the law. We can always not give you a citation, but you have to understand that you can get stopped at any moment, any time. Okay. By you saying, hey, you know what, I'm a sovereign citizen, you're physically harming me by trespassing on my rights, kind of ties us up. The violation is occurring according to state law.
Tell you what,
Go ahead.
if you can show me the law that states that I must have license plates on my vehicle, with me being a sovereign citizen, I will comply.
Okay.
Can you show me that law?
That law doesn't exist, ma'am. The law in the state of California, 5200 of the Vehicle Code, states you must have license plates on your vehicle, permanently affixed to your vehicle.
But then that also tells...
But it has nothing to do with your sovereign status.
But that also tells the government then that they have the rights to my vehicle, and I have the right to, at that point in time, to be pulled over and arrested any time, which I'm not, because I'm a sovereign citizen.
Okay. So, you have to understand, we're not impeding your travel on the road, we're just impeding the ability on how you travel those roads. You understand that, correct? You can travel the roads freely, but you got to be within these kind of limitations. In this case, you have to have 2 license plates on your car.
Okay, so can you guarantee that in the future, if I put the license plates on the vehicle, can you guarantee that I won't be arrested for that reason?
Absolutely. As long as you have license plates affixed to your car, you pay your registration.
But I don't have to pay my registration because I'm a sovereign citizen.
Okay. I can't. It's not that I don't want to. It's that I can't get into this kind of an argument, because honestly, this is something that, this battle that you're having with me specifically as a representative of the government.
This is a battle?
It is a battle.
Okay, I thought we were having a nice conversation.
No. I'm talking about the sovereign status and sovereign citizenship
okay.
versus the federal government. Forgive me if I bounced around a little bit. This conversation is great. I appreciate this. I love a good conversation. Please believe me on that. I just have to tell you my limitations as far as my role as a police officer. You cannot... Give me 1 second. I hope it's not my boss. No, it's not. We want to afford you the luxury of being able to drive. We just have to say, hey, you got to go by certain rules.
But I'm not driving, I'm traveling. A driver's license would imply that I'm for hire. And driving commercially, which means I'm for hire. And I'm not for hire.
I don't follow that.
Okay.
Sir? Yes. Okay. What's going on? Okay, just so you know, I stopped because your tags are expired.
Did I injure somebody or cause any damage?
No, your registration tags are expired?
I'm not operating in commerce, sir.
Okay. Do you have your license, registration, and proof of insurance?
I don't, what is the purpose of this stop?
Your registration tags expired in August of 13.
Do you understand that I'm not operating in commerce right now?
I don't care.
Actually, you should care because it's a constitutional right that I have to travel freely without being stopped for a statutory infraction that you do not have. Am I free to go?
No. I need your license, registration, and insurance.
Are you against my will?
No. I'm not holding you against your will. What I'm doing is I stopped you for a traffic violation, and I need your license, registration, and insurance. Whatever you need to listen to, code 1 is fine.
I have.
No, code 4.
Can I have your identification, please, sir?
My name is Deputy Ainsworth, as is on my uniform. I'm with the Jackson County Sheriff's Office. Okay? I need your license and registration. If you don't provide it, you will be under arrest for failure to provide proof of your license. Alright?
You're going to arrest me?
If you don't provide your proof...
Are you threatening to arrest me?
I'm not threatening you. I'm telling you.
Okay.
Okay?
So...
I need your license. If you don't want to provide that, I will arrest you for fail to provide your license.
I apologize.
I have to assume that I'm under arrest right now because I'm not free to leave. I am evoking my right against self-incrimination, and I will not be providing you with any documents that can be used against me to incriminate myself. Do you want to violate my right of self-incrimination to not be... It's not, because that's what you're doing, sir.
Okay. I have a legal right to stop you because your registration is expired. You are required by law to provide me with some form of identification. Okay? If you do not do that, you will be under arrest.
I have right to legal counsel.
Not at this point. Okay?
Yes, I do have right to legal counsel, sir. You can't take my rights away.
If you don't want to obey the law right now,
I am obeying the law.
Speak with your attorney in jail. Okay?
You're threatening to kidnap me and put me in jail? Do you have a signed warrant to take me to jail? Where's my due process, sir? Do you not need a signed warrant from a judge to arrest me?
No, I'm not sure where you're from, but I do not, okay?
I will hold you under full commercial liability and your bond in a criminal matter should you proceed with this stop any further, sir.
Are you going to cooperate or not?
Sir, with all due respect, I mean, you know, there will be no peace. God's peace be with you. Can we get a supervisor here, sir?
Absolutely.
Thank you. Speak with your supervisor. Yes, hey Gene, this is Gary. See, I'm in the Walmart parking lot. Are you law enforcement or are you peace officer? 51 copy. Are you safety officer or are you law enforcement?
I am law enforcement. I am from the Jackson County Sheriff's Office.
I have someone from law enforcement performing a traffic stop. He's threatened to arrest me if I don't show him a driver's license, registration, and insurance. The reason for this stop is tag, expired registration tag?
Yes.
Then the state has no more authority over the vehicle if the registration is not current. You're aware of this, right? What you're trying to do? Are you aware of the law?
I'm pretty familiar with the law, yes.
Pretty familiar with the law. Well, this is going to go a lot further than pretty familiar. So please be cautious in what you do, that you don't violate my rights in trying to enforce statute. So where are we at, Gene? This is my contention, sir.
I can't hear him. I'm not going to chat with him. I'm talking to you. Okay?
Correct. Right.
Sir, can you hang up the phone, please?
No, I'm with my counsel now. Please don't try to deprive me of counsel, sir. Please.
I've been very patient with you.
You have, sir.
I have a legal right to stop you. Like I said, you are required to provide your license, okay, or proof of identification. And if you're refusing to do that, you will be under arrest, okay?
He will be arrested should I not provide him with this information. Okay.
Hey, sir.
It's on private property.
So, I've asked you several times to please cooperate. All right. As stated,
I'm cooperating as best I can with it.
My name is Deputy Ainsworth. I am with the Jackson County Sheriff's Office.
Gene, I'll get back
I
to
am
you.
in uniform, displaying a badge. All right. I stopped you because your registration tags are expired. You are required by law to provide me with proof of identification. If you cannot do that, you will be under arrest for failing to do so. Do you understand?
No, I don't understand.
You need to step out of the vehicle. You need to step out of the vehicle. You are
I
under
do
arrest.
not feel safe, sir. Please don't.
Step out of the vehicle.
Please,
You are
sir.
under arrest.
Sure, step out.
Wait.
Don't step out of the vehicle.
Away, please. Please,
Do
you're
not
harming
move
me.
away from me.
Please. You're.
Don't pull. Relax your arms. Relax your arms.
They are as relaxed as I can be. You're holding them up and hurting my shoulder. I have injuries. Please, sir, do not hurt me further.
We're not. Stop resisting. Cooperate. That's all we're asking.
Well, my cooperation. Please understand that I realize it'd be easier if I just produced this. However, I feel that.
Good morning, it's your boy Yoke Mouth. That right to travel is bullshit. Y'all keep listening to True Freeman and other fools who talk about the right to travel. Y'all gonna end up detained and locked up like the rest of these fools. You know I got you covered. Peace.